Hello there guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Pure Wrestling. Today I'm brought with a special guest with me today. We're going to review Smackdown Live and his name's Kieran. If you want to go and check him out on his channel, the link will be in the description down below. We're going to go straight into the review for today.
Good evening,
I'm going to leave Kieran a little bit of an intro there. We can talk about his channel maybe a little bit.
Yep. Hello everybody, Kieran here, obviously.
But yeah, we're going to go straight into the Smackdown Live review. I'm just going to pull my notes up. Basically, we opened up Smackdown Live today with a promo package from Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, which I really am enjoying the promo packages on WWE lately. What did you think of it?
Yeah, you're talking about like the beginning of it, where it like got into what happened last week.
Yeah.
Like I said to you yesterday on the Raw review, they never fail with the promo packages. It makes it intense, makes it for you to look forward to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know what it is. But I feel like with the Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar one, the John Cena and Reigns one, and the Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon one, I feel like they're the best three ones at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I think, to be fair, all in the past, I can't think of one bad set-up promo package. I'm always loving the promo packages because it gets you hyped and excited, even though you're not excited for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Maybe that might bring a bit of excitement to you by watching the promo packages.
What way would you think they could make it a little bit more exciting for us fans with these promo packages and stuff?
I think they're already excitable enough, to be fair. I don't think they can make it any more. I suppose they have good music in the background for it, a bit intense and all that. No, I think they're great as they are. I mean, I don't know how you feel. Do you think they could make it any better?
I think with the promo packages, I think they've got them spot on. I don't think they can do anything else. I feel like it's more what to do on the show, really. Like we said with Raw on yesterday's review.
Yeah. Because obviously their main priority is not the promo packages, even though that gets people invested. So obviously non-wrestling fans, they could like click onto this promo package and they can see it and they'll be like, well, do you know what I mean? Maybe I'll start watching this. That's what it is. It draws the attention to whatever they're advertising. So, yeah, no, I like fully on the promo packages. I think they're good enough. I don't think they need any improvement or anything, though.
And then we go straight into the next part of the show where Shane McMahon came out after last week's show where Kevin Owens attacked his father, Vince McMahon.
I don't know if it was you, but did you miss the Shane McMahon dance? He didn't do it all this week, did he? He come out, done like one or two, and then he just stopped.
It was a bit serious, wasn't he? He looked like he just wanted to kill.
Be fair, yeah. He had to be like, do you know what I mean? He had to sell the point that his father's just been brutally attacked last week. He ain't gonna come out dancing. I'm ready to lose another
match. So yeah, we had Shane McMahon come out and he starts talking about his attack that Kevin Owens done on his father, and he says he wants to get revenge and beat the coward that is Kevin Owens in Hell in a Cell. So what do you think about this match? Are you excited for this match?
I am. I'm also trying to work out what Shane McMahon's going to do with the Hell in a Cell this year. So like we saw at WrestleMania 32, he jumped off of it. I don't think he's going to do that this time because we saw it already. I think maybe I kind of want to see Kev do something to Shane off of it. I want to see. I don't think they're going to have Kev throw him off. I mean, that would be real cool. At the same time, it's kind of the same as Shane jumping off, but with somebody chucking him off. So it's something different. I don't know. I don't see Shane jumping off of it. Like I said, it's either Kane's going to Kane. Where did Kane come from? Shane's going to chuck him off. Sorry. Kevin's going to chuck him off. Or, I don't know, something will happen inside the cell, but I think they'll probably end up on top of the cell at one point. But I'm looking forward to the match, yeah.
What about the what about the idea of maybe Kevin Owens popping up through the steel cage?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a maybe that's something, and maybe that's a bit too risky, but that's just my fantasy book in there.
Yeah. It'll probably be the main event of Hell in a Cell as well, because how it was going last night, it was looking like it was the only Hell in a Cell match, but I don't believe that for a second. There'd be two. And I believe they'll probably add the Hell in a Cell structure to New Day and Usos.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to basically base them around them two matches, really.
Yeah.
We go on to the next part of the show where Aiden English come out singing about Randy Orton, and then Orton interrupts him as they have their match. And the one sort of vibe I got about this was that basically they're using Aiden English sort of like Elias Sampson. I don't know if you felt that.
Yeah. Just before like ad break, right? And I knew it come up saying Autumn was going to be on in action next. I was like, who's he going to use then? I was like, Aiden English. I generally was like Aiden English. They're using him, and I'm not like having a go at for them using him because that's cool. But they're using him in like, yeah, go out there, take a loss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he's still getting that paycheck like Kurt Hawkins gets.
exactly. Yeah.
But I just don't like how he's being like, yeah, like no other opponent can go up against somebody. So if say next up, Kalisto's in action, for example, it would be against bloody Aiden English. It's like he's always the one to be in action with. Like there's such loads more talent on SmackDown Live they're not using. Sami Zayn, for example, that bothers the hell out of me.
No, definitely. Sami
Zayn is such a top talent, and they've just so wasted him on Raw and SmackDown. Go back to NXT. Trust me, I think he really should go back down there.
NXT's the A show at the moment, so
exactly. Hunter knows how to handle them.
Yeah. But the match, what did you think of the match in general? I felt like it was a good match. I felt like they did try to show that Aiden English can hold off in a match against one of the best wrestlers they've got at the moment, which is Randy Orton. What did you think?
I thought it was a good match. I saw that Aiden was showing aggression at the beginning of the match, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I was giving that a chance. I was seeing it, and I was like, all right. Visually, I was like, well, he's obviously aggressively showing his side to Randy Orton. I knew Orton was going to win, and I got to say, I did like the ending, how top rope and RKO. Yeah. That was cool. Never gets boring to see an RKO out of nowhere. Yeah, the match was okay. It was one of their matches like, yeah, I knew Orton was going to win. It wasn't a match where I was like, yeah, I care about this. I was sat there really like on my phone, like looking at the tweets and everything. Obviously, head going up time to time, obviously, for the RKO. I enjoyed that. Out of nowhere. Yeah, it was cool.
But yeah, the match was, I thought it was okay, and I felt like the only thing, as you said, it's a bit predictable, the match. That was the only thing that was annoying about the match. Yeah. But the finish, as you said, was great. I did enjoy the RKO. I actually didn't expect it from that moment because Randy Orton reacted pretty late, and I was like, really? I didn't expect it at the time. So I was like, oh, bloody hell sort of thing. So I was actually happy with the way the match went. I was actually expecting it to be like a 15-second match and done sort of thing. But
like a Kurt Hawkins match or something,
Yeah, Kurt Hawkins, definitely. But yeah, I was really happy with the match. We go on to the next part, and basically, as Randy Orton is basically celebrating his win, Rusev interrupts him after losing that match at the pay-per-view for 10 seconds, and he demands that he will beat Randy Orton in a match right now. And they both have a match. What did you think about that?
Unnecessary. For me, everybody's like, oh yeah, I was waiting for Rusev to get his revenge and Rusev get his win over Orton. But really, it didn't need to happen. It didn't mean anything. It's not going to make Rusev the top dog again because, I mean, it's not doing anything for neither of them. Why are they feuding? Because they've never feuded before. That was the example, the same thing at SummerSlam. Why have they got a match? Because they've never feuded before. Well, that's just lazy booking. That really is just real lazy booking.
I agree with you there. But did you hear the reaction for Rusev?
Yeah, I'm like a big fan of Rusev. I never used to be at the beginning. I was like, okay, all right, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And he kind of like grew on me, if you know what I mean. And I kind of started to enjoy him. And it was like he was a heel, but obviously people can enjoy heels. So obviously I was enjoying him, but I was like holding back on him because I was like, I don't know. But when he won the United States title, I was happy about that. He had a good reign, and Cena taking it off of him. And I was like, oh no, because at the time people were saying John Cena gets the golden shovel out and shovels all the talent. And I was like, okay, oh no. And to be fair, Rusev didn't do a lot after that. I mean, he ended up in the League of Nations, and that was awful.
Oh, let's not talk about League of Nations, mate, please.
I know, mate, I know.
But yeah, what did you think of the match in general as it went on? Like afterwards, it was a pretty quick match.
10 seconds, wasn't it? It was like he got in the ring. Aiden English got up on the. Did he get up on the rope? Yeah, he got up on the rope. Orton knocked him off. So he distracted Orton, turns around, it was like a kick to the face, and that was really it.
It was his finisher, 1, 2, 3, done. I think that was a bit of revenge. I liked it in a way where it basically, because they buried Rusev at the pay-per-view, I'd like the fact that he got one back on him, and we're going to see it again, because it is a great match, but it's one of them feuds, as you said, why is it happening? Because at the moment it's...
Exactly. I feel like what they've done here is that they kind of added a reason to why they're now going to be feuding. Yeah. Like, okay, he's just quick pinned him, he's not happy about it, Orton's going to want to get revenge. Now they're going to have a match at Hell in a Cell. Well, if it will probably happen anyway. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. But yeah, it kind of gives a reason. At the same time, I just felt it was really unnecessary. I thought maybe Rusev could just come out, talk down to him, and it might have not been as entertaining as him getting a win over him, but talk down to him. Maybe Aiden English like interrupted and took out Orton, and then Rusev put the accolade on instead of having a match. Just put the accolade on him, and then. Do you know what I mean? I would have preferred to see something like that instead of him getting a quick win.
The key part of this segment, though, was when he actually came out, and that was the next part where he actually come out and you see him talking to Renee Young, and he said he's happy that he's the snake as he returns home as a hero, and he starts chanting Rusev #1, and the crowd's chanting.
And the crowd was chanting along with it, yeah. Because we all are back in Rusev. We want to see, as people call him, Ruru. We want to see him succeed. I would be happy to see him as a WWE champion. Build him up a lot more, obviously. Give it a bit more time. But yeah, WWE champion material right there.
Definitely.
Much more than Jinder Mahal.
We've got a lot to say when it comes up to that point.
Mate,
anyway.
Oh, Christ.
It's come up to that point right now because the Singh, I like to call them the Singh shit brothers.
Yeah, yes.
Announced Jinder Mahal.
Oh, Christ.
What do you think about these Singh brothers? Let's just start this off.
What they've been doing in the ring with Jinder in like
anything about them, Singh brothers in general, what do you think about
Give them this, they took that awesome bump off the Punjabi prison back at Battleground. That was pretty cool to see them do that, and it's cool that they are taking risk when like Orton flipped them over the announce table. That was pretty sick, and I like to see that they're really able to or wanting to do whatever stunt it is. I like that, but I just don't like them.
No, that's the thing. They're annoying. They're
little, yeah, exactly. Like they're there to big up Jinder Mahal. No, you're not. You're just making it worse. It's just. It's cringy. To me, it's so cringy. I hate it. I really do. And it's every week devaluing the WWE Championship, the most prestigious prize in the WWE.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
And it's like the Universal Championship. If Brock retains the No Mercy Sunday, what they're gonna call the most prestigious, the IC title? Because I mean, yeah, it used to be back in the day, but they've treated it like shit for years.
That's what it seems like. It seems like their mid card titles are becoming their main titles at the moment. It's the swapping over. It shouldn't be that way.
No, but I don't want to complain much about the US title being in the main picture because for years now that title has been so bad with how many people have held it and done absolutely nothing with it. And like when John Cena held it with the United States Open Challenge, I was so glad that he started to do that because it brought so much prestige back to that title and it meant a lot.
And I like the fact that AJ's doing it as well. Yeah.
I think Styles holding it is cool. But what I've heard from other people is, what if Jinder was to be United States champion and AJ was to be the WWE champion? Because when AJ was WWE champion, that championship and AJ just matched. It was still prestigious, and you know what I mean? It just fitted AJ Styles.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't want to see Jinder as a champion at all. I don't even want to see Jinder on our TV. But what I'm saying is, I'd prefer for him to be US title instead of WWE champion.
Yeah, definitely. I do. When I look at him, though, he does dress up. He looks like a champion, even though he isn't like as a wrestler.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't fault him on is how he dresses and how he looks. He looks like a champ, but he definitely doesn't talk like a champ. Oh my Christ!
This promo.
He's got something in his it sounds like he's got something wrong with his throat. He's it's like he needs it's like the Singh have to talk to him. I think they're there to talk for him.
Yeah, well, we have to go on to talk. I've got some key things. Basically, the main thing he was saying was about Shinsuke Nakamura's face. He's basically mocking the fans as well, saying the fans don't respect him.
Same thing last week. This was so frustrating me. I was sat there going, so what are they going to do this week? Jinder's going to come out, cut another promo. I was like, right, okay, that's the same thing he's been doing for weeks. And then they literally do the exact same thing. Yeah, this is Shinsuke's face when he's on the loo or whatever it bloody was. And it was him literally just like doing all these
It was all child
faces.
Rubbish. That's
exactly. It was like, what are we? Freaking 2 years old? What? Seriously, this is awful. This is absolute garbage. I was looking at that title and I was like, oh Christ, what has happened? What's happened? I was like,
you've gone from AJ Styles to Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt to this. How?
Mate, I said Bray Wyatt should have retained that at WrestleMania.
Yeah, definitely.
When it happened, when Orton won it, I was like, okay. I wasn't super pissed. I was annoyed that they took Bray's reign off of him so quickly. but I thought that Bray was going to get a championship rematch, and then they done the bloody shake-up, drafted into Raw, probably screwed the whole thing up, yeah.
But yeah,
So,
the one thing I did like about it, though, one thing that did make me laugh was when he said the quote that the fans apparently call Nakamura Mr. Miyagi. That's one thing I did laugh at, though. That was quite funny.
yeah. To be fair, some of the things I could see some people would laugh at, but seriously, I couldn't find anything funny about it. I mean, even if there was something funny to laugh at, I just couldn't, because I just hate what they're doing.
It was just a pointless promo. We've seen it last week. Why did we need to see it again? That was the one thing.
Exactly. And with so many people on Twitter saying #fire Road Dog in the back, bloody this is a dreadful segment. Why are they doing this last week? You'd think they would look at that and go, "Oh, we shouldn't make that mistake again."
Yeah, but they do it again anyway. So
we'll do it next week. Yeah, that's cool.
Fans, you don't like it? Okay, we'll have it live next week on TV for you.
And do you know what I hate? Do you know what I hated as well? It's how Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't been used.
Yeah, that's one.
I mean, I'm saying that he's like, do you know what I mean? Other people's been saying he's been overexposed, and I get that. Yeah. I don't want him to be overexposed. He's a special attraction. I love the fact that people are thinking that. But with this feud, it needs to mean something going into Hell in a Cell. Oh, it's built off. Oh, this is a several face of Shinsuke Nakamura. They're going to be facing for the WWE Championship because Jinder's mocking his facial expressions. What? Mate, I think I'd rather see R-Truth versus John Cena back at Capital Punishment, and that was dreadful freaking food back then. Exactly. I think I'd rather see that, mate. Seriously, there's much more going for that than what there is with this. Oh, Nakamura's faces.
But yeah, as we went on, we had Shinsuke Nakamura back, and he spoke to Renee Young, which I thought was quite funny. He basically said he's very Jinder Mahal's very funny, but he's not. And then basically says, what's funny will be is when he wins his title at Hell in a Cell. Do you reckon he'll win it?
Do you know what? I want to see Nakamura as champ, but I don't see him winning it at Hell in a Cell. Because there's now rumours of this Starrcade pay-per-view coming back, and I'm not sure if they're adding it to the pay-per-view schedule, or if they are putting it on the WWE Network for a special, like they've done in the past with Japan and all the other things like Roadblock they used to do it with, and other things. I could see them doing it as like a special pay-per-view thing on the networks and not added to this pay-per-view schedule, as I know it's November and Survivor Series is around then. But apparently it's scheduled 2 steel cage matches, and that's Natalya and Charlotte and Jinder and Nakamura. I can see Jinder retaining at Hell in a Cell, having that steel cage match with Nakamura, but I still don't see Nakamura winning it, and I don't see him winning it. Maybe up until Survivor Series, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. That's what I reckon.
I don't want to see another match between the two. I really don't.
No, just to hearing the name, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal, they shouldn't be in the same sentence.
Mate, who would have ever thought that John Cena and Nakamura would face each other to earn the rights to go on to face Jinder Mahal? Who would have thought that a year ago or 2 years ago when he was rocking with bloody 3MB, Heath and Drew, and bloody Hornswoggle?
Oh, no. Oh, no. But yeah, anyway.
Bloody losing to El Torito. I mean, yeah. That's great. A WWE champion has lost to
we had quite a few good things coming up, though, didn't we, on this show? I feel like the next part was quite good when you had the Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles match for the US Title Open Challenge. But
I was disappointed. But in the same way, I wasn't, because I did want to see a US title match. I wanted it to be longer than what it was. It didn't even start. The match didn't start at all. I like the fact Ty Dillinger got involved.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Ty is being used in a useful position for him. And I can see maybe a triple threat going on next week, week after. I can see it on Smackdown Live. I don't see it happening at Hell in a Cell. I think Ty will probably be taken out of this as soon as they've had the triple threat, and it will just be Baron Corbin and AJ. That's the way I see them going to Hell in a Cell.
All I see is, I think coming soon, I don't think Baron Corbin will win the title. I don't think it's going to be him. I think it's going to be out of Rusev or Bobby Roode. That's why I think that's going to be AJ for the title.
Dude, where is Bobby Roode? I mean, I'm all about not exposing the guy, but Jesus. I mean,
at least give him a promo. NXT would. That's the thing. So
yeah. But like, apparently he was on a dark match with Sami Zayn. Oh no, not Sami Zayn. Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
Mike Kanellis. He ain't been used. I mean, what was the point of him coming to WWE?
I think, if I heard rightly, I think he had something like a like a I don't know if it was a drinking problem or like he had some medicine or something he was addicted to or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, and I could see maybe they're giving him time off, but putting him in the dark match, it's not great stuff. It's not great stuff.
No.
Like,
But anyway, in this match, we had AJ Styles basically says that Kevin Owens has no idea what he's done last week to Vince McMahon, and he's happy to hear that the match will happen, and he thinks Kevin Owens won't make it out of the match. What do you think about that match?
This is the one thing I did like about SmackDown Live. With Kevin Owens, I wanted Kevin to really say, "I'm so sorry. I apologize to the McMahon family," and I wanted them to then go sit back, be all smug and go, "Nah, I don't give a damn." Do you know what I mean? I done it because, and he kind of did in a way, but he's put it in a, I am sorry, but you had it coming, and that's what he said to Shane. Because as Shane opened up SmackDown earlier on and said, "I'm gonna put you through hell in the Hell in a Cell," hyped up the match, and then Kev had his via satellite. I liked the fact that they're not doing the same thing with this feud each week. I like the fact that Kevin was.
It is very unique. It's very different.
Yeah. I like that Kevin was through satellite doing it, and I like that Shane opened up SmackDown. I like that they both wasn't in the same arena face to face on the mic doing the same thing they've been doing. Because this is the one good thing that is going for SmackDown Live, I can say, and one thing that we all should be looking forward to going into Hell in a Cell. Let's just hope they don't ruin the feud by having them each week going on forward from now. Like
exactly.
Being in the ring, doing the same thing. I think we just need to keep it unique and do different things with it each week. Maybe we see a side of Shane McMahon where he attacks. Well, we kind of already saw Shane attack Kevin, but all right, then maybe Kevin attacks Shane before it. Shane makes his way to the ring like Styles did with Shane before Mania, smashing through the limousine window. That was pretty cool to see.
I like the fact that they use AJ Styles in this, though, to refer back to their match as well, which was a great match as well.
Yeah. One of the best matches on WrestleMania 33, definitely.
Definitely. And one key quote that I did like that he said, his next quote was that he said about Baron Corbin. He said that he's failed many times to get the title, and if he said he can huff and puff as a lone wolf, but he'll never blow down the house that AJ Styles built.
Oh yes, I love that. I love the fact that AJ always refers to SmackDown Live, the house that AJ Styles built, because he's been there ever since that draft happened back in 2016, and SmackDown Live was like born, because obviously we had the SmackDown that was dreadful before SmackDown Live come along. It was like it was a great show, and you know this year it's definitely dropped down its standards. But I love the fact that AJ always refers to the house that AJ Styles built. I just love AJ Styles, to be fair.
Yeah, that is a true point. And the one thing I do like is the fact that at first, when he turned face, I was a bit like, I don't know where they're going with this because he was such a great heel. But then when they turned him face and he started saying that quote, the fans always hear it. You hear it constantly when it's on live television. You hear that quote, the house that AJ Styles built. You hear everyone go along with him.
Exactly, because it's like predictable that he's going to say it because it's a thing that we all want to say because it's true.
Yeah.
AJ Styles has been one of the biggest barriers of SmackDown, if you know what I mean. The biggest person who's really held the show up a lot and done a lot back in 2016 when it first was made live and on Tuesday and the brand split happened and all that. He was the one to make that show a lot bearable than what maybe it would have been without him. His feud with Dean Ambrose last year, his match at TLC with him, that was bloody great. I loved the fact that them two feuded, that was good. Yeah, I just, like I said, love AJ Styles. And by the way, I can see you got the Hell in a Cell poster in the back there.
Yeah, I made sure that was
a little bit of advertising. Maybe Undertaker will return. You never know.
Yeah, that's the one reason why I put it up there as well, because I actually have a little bit of a thing with that.
Do you know anything, Jay? Do you know any inside sources? Do you know Taker
I know
himself?
the Undertaker. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah. You know Mark, of course.
Yeah, he's like my dad. Like,
well, who would have knew?
It could be true. Jason Jordan, that's a perfect example. So.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. I saw this thing actually online, and it was, what's the biggest fake storyline? Kane and Undertaker being brothers, or Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan being father and son.
Oh no.
I was like Jason Jordan and Kurt, because I mean with Taker and Kane, when I was young, I actually believed it. I was like, these two are brothers. Because they showed it in the ring. They were like, these are brothers. They're great together.
The thing is, they made you believe it. That's how
Exactly.
good they
And
used to
then,
be.
obviously, then I grew up and I was like, okay, all right, they're not brothers, but I still always refer to them the brothers of destruction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But yeah, that quote that AJ Styles built, basically the house that AJ Styles built, it reminds me a lot of Kurt Angle's "Oh, it's true, it's damn true." That's what it reminds me of, because everyone goes along with it.
Yeah, I use that constantly. When somebody's saying it's true, I have to say, yeah, it's true, it's damn true. I love the fact that he uses that. It's like a pretty cool catchphrase. Like I said, like AJ Styles, like the house that AJ Styles built. It's nice to see people's got some catchphrases going on, because we know back in the day it was, if you can smell what the Rock is cooking and all this, and 316 just sort of whipped your ass, you know. It's cool to see that there's catchphrases you can still mimic nowadays.
It's because they did go through a stage where it was very limited. You never had many catchphrases that people remembered.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you had the Miz's, I'm the Miz, and awesome, or something like that, wasn't it?
yeah,
He doesn't use that anymore, and I'm
no.
glad that he doesn't, because it wasn't good.
That's
It was
not
cringy. I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome.
It's like, boo.
Believe. Let's not go there.
But anyway, what happened in this match, basically, Baron came down and he basically attacked AJ Styles as the announcer announced AJ Styles' name. Then basically he attacks AJ Styles, and Ty Dillinger comes out, attacks him, and then it basically gets into a kerfuffle. AJ Styles basically takes him out with the calf crusher. He taps, and that is basically what happened here. I think that was all, wasn't it?
That was pretty much it, yeah. And like I said, I see a triple threat match between all three happening on the SmackDown and not a Hell in a Cell. It would just be a one-on-one. I see it at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I don't.
But I like the fact they're using Ty, and I'd love in the future, maybe near a Survivor Series, for Sami Zayn to kind of be involved in this. Yeah. Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, love to see that match. That would be a good match.
I would love to see that, but I'd also like the fact that there was a little hint a little while ago that they was thinking about putting Ty and Sami together as a tag team. I did like the fact of that.
Yeah, because at the time, and they still kind of can do that, because neither of them are doing something. Well, it's just Ty Dillinger is now, but I mean, if he goes back to not doing anything, I'd love to see them as a team, because I think SmackDown is very lacking on their tag team division, as much as Raw is.
Yeah,
both tag team divisions.
They do need new tag team.
Yeah, to me, both tag team divisions and women divisions are in real bad states, like awful states. We need some returns. We need some proper creative booking that's gonna like help a lot of this tag team division and SmackDown division and Raw division. What they need to do is what I've heard a lot of people say: if they were to do another split, brand split, or superstar shakeups they call it, what they should do is they put the tag team division on one show and the women division on the other. So women division all on Raw, tag team division all on SmackDown. I think that would work personally. I think it was a waste of time creating two tag titles on each shows and two women titles.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And or they could do the route where what they've done with the Mae Young Classic, they could do a tag team tournament. What do you think about that? Do you reckon that could work?
There's rumours about a tag team division happening next year, alongside apparently another Mae Young Classic. So a tag team tournament. I'd like to see it, because I love tag team action. I love how tag team works. I love tag team moves. I love to see what they can put out the bag as a team. So I would like to see a tournament between tag teams.
I'd definitely like to see that. And the one reason why is because with cruiserweights, you know what you're going to get, and that's why everyone loved the Cruiserweight Classic. With Mae Young, you saw it was all live in the building, and it was all pre-recorded stuff, which was annoying. And
I kind of felt the Mae Young Classic was a bit of a letdown, to be fair. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of the qualifying matches.
I expected it as women's wrestling to become like literally the thing you talk about more than the others.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the Cruiserweight Classic was a lot more important, and it felt a lot more important than what the Mae Young Classic did. And that's a shame, really, because this is obviously going to try to like evolve the women's revolution of what they would like to ever call it. Yeah, I was a bit let down with the Mae Young Classic, to be fair. I like the winner, Kairi Sane. She's great in the ring. I mean, that elbow drop, man. That elbow drop, that is one of the best elbow drops I've seen.
Definitely.
Actually, I don't know. Macho Man. Could you match up to that? Macho Man.
Even Bailey's elbow drop, when she used to dedicate it to Macho Man as well, was quite good as well.
Yeah. I like the fact that they nowadays revert back to respect of doing the moves that legends have done. I mean, tonight, Tamina She done her dad's Jimmy Fly Snookers.
Yeah.
What was it?
The
it's
the splash, isn't it?
Splash. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy that, but also yeah, the tag team thing. I feel like as we go through, the cruiserweights was the best tournament so far. We went through to the UK, which I thought was okay. It wasn't great, and
Mate,
now
I can't believe that. I totally forgot about the UK tournament, and not in a bad way. I just forgot to mention it then. UK tournament, that was bloody great as well. Cruiserweights, UK tournament, both great tournaments. Mae Young Classic didn't match to it, to be fair. I just didn't enjoy it as much.
Do you think the tag team one would be as good as them, or do you reckon it'd be like another Mae Young where they pre-record it and fuck up basically?
I think that's how they're going to do it nowadays, is pre-record things. Do you know
It's
what I mean?
annoying.
And I'm not liking that.
It's annoying. You find out everything through social media. You've got to stay off social media if you don't want to.
Exactly. Yeah. You see all the live results of people going there, and it's like, yeah, you just ruin it. If you do the Cruiserweight Classic where it's live, that is like where you want to watch it each Wednesday, see what happens, who comes on top, who moves on to the next round. It means a lot more than what the Mae Young Classic meant.
It feels like you're there when it's live, but when you're watching it pre-recorded, like me myself, I like watching them all in a row. Like when I watch a series, I watch everyone in a row.
Yeah.
So when you're watching it like 4 episodes, like when they've done it every 4 episodes, they release 4 episodes, and then you got to wait for so long, and you've already found out who's got to there anyway because it's all through social media.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but anyway, after this, we had Baron Corbin limping backstage and said to Renee Young, basically.
Oh, mate. Oh.
Actually,
this done my head in. It's the same with Monday Night Raw. When they come up to Enzo Amore, how are you feeling? How do you think he is feeling? Don't ask such a stupid question. You're not dumb. Ask. So, after that brutal attack,
response, though, how do you think I feel? Because that is exactly what you would say.
Yeah, Baron Corbin said that to Renee. Renee was like, so, Baron Corbin, how do you feel? It's like, well, yeah, I feel dandy. Yeah, I feel absolutely great. I mean, my leg is in tatters over here, but I'm bloody on top of the world. And it's like, no, he sold it well. I'll give it that. He was like, how do you think I feel? And I was like, exactly, mate, exactly.
I like that, and I like the fact that he said he feels violated. And I don't know why I took it wrong at the time. And I was just cracking up for ages. It was really funny.
Oh, I didn't catch that, but I mean, yeah, if I heard that, I would have probably laughed myself. And
the one cool thing he did say as well was he said the Perfect Zero attacked him from behind, and that he's basically got a sprained ankle or something, which sort of killed that sentence as a whole, really, because I don't think he sprained his ankle.
As soon as I saw that he done something to his leg, or he was studying a leg injury or whatever, I was like, okay, Styles is going to put the calf crusher in now. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's going to be a bit obvious, but yeah.
I think one of the best segments of the show, which was coming up as well, was that Charlotte was back and she done a promo on that. What did you think?
Good to see Charlotte back. Yeah, good to see that she gave us an update on Rick's health. That's good that Rick's better now, or getting better, or getting there, or do you know what I mean? It was good to see Charlotte back. What I'm annoyed about, though, is that they've been using so much other talent recently that now they're resolving back to what Raw did when Charlotte was there. It was like, okay, Charlotte this, Charlotte that, Charlotte's there, Charlotte's Rick's daughter, Charlotte Flair. It's like, okay, I don't want to see constant Charlotte Flair shoved down her throat. Charlotte Flair, bit time to time, is nice, but not constantly, and I don't want to see her become champ again. I actually want them to give and put hope into Natalya being champion. I'm not a huge fan of Natalya being champ, but I think she's deserved it over the years of hard work she's put in.
A lot of hard work and done what she has to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically going through there's some of the things that she said. Basically, she started off with a woo, everyone wooed. She's glad to be back. She's glad to be back. Thanks everyone for the kind words and support. Dad's making her comeback, and this was one thing I liked. She's learned a lesson that life is fragile and it's unexpected. That's why you have to make the moments count. And soon as she said
that was like a face turn.
Sorry, go on.
That was like a face turn.
Yeah, and since she said that, I knew, okay, right, they've got plans for her. She's going to go for this title. That's the first thing I know. From now on, she's going to make every moment possible for herself and her father. That was another thing she said as well. Straight after that, Natalya comes out and says that she's glad Rick's okay, but it's now to focus on what's more important. And she mentions to focus on one woman, and it's time to celebrate this woman's success. And then she ends up showing a picture of herself winning the title. Oh, God. What did you think of this?
It was a bit cringe, wasn't it? It was a bit cringe. I was like, I knew that it was going to be her on the picture, though. I was like, it ain't going to be anybody else.
Yeah,
I actually thought it was going to be her or a cat. I actually thought it was going to be her cat at one point. Because she's so up herself about her cats, and she's got her own shirt about it, and it's like people started calling her the crazy cat lady, and she was like a kid would react. I'm not a crazy cat lady. I was like, you champ. This is just a bit cringe, but okay.
The next part is the bit that killed it though. I like the fact that Charlotte challenged her, but then they had Becky Lynch coming out, then Tamina and Lana, and then
exactly.
Lana started demanding.
They all come out the woodworks. It's like, where have they been for months? Oh, Becky just wants an opportunity out of nowhere. This might be the land of opportunity.
What have you done?
Yeah, exactly. I want a title opportunity. It's like Kurt Hawkins going up to Brock Lesnar. I want a title opportunity. I've lost 115 matches, and I want a match.
But yeah, anyway. That bit did really annoy me, and then basically afterwards we had Brian come out, which I did enjoy. Everyone started doing the yes chants and stuff.
Mate, I don't know if you know, but Daniel Bryan, favourite of all time for me. I absolutely loved Daniel Bryan. Loved his run back in 2014, 13. You know, I was so gutted when he retired. I don't know if you've heard, but apparently they're maybe considering him returning to the ring.
Yeah. He's apparently going to go, I think it's to an independent scene or Ring of Honor or something I heard, and then he's going to come back and hopefully can wrestle in the WWE.
Yeah, I hope so. But with how it is nowadays, because it's changed a lot since Daniel Bryan was like in an in-ring form, and it was like, I don't know how he would fit into it now.
Yeah, but maybe he could be like Kurt.
Yeah. We would all want him to like be on top.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone would want him to go straight for the championship sort of thing, wouldn't it? Be like one of them sort of things.
And then it would definitely not put Reigns over, because I mean, when Reigns won the Rumble, I think we all knew the reaction for Philadelphia. I was gutted that Daniel Bryan didn't win, and I actually felt like afterwards, if I was in that Philadelphia crowd, man, oh Christ. I mean, they reacted alright, but I would have overreacted. I would have just lost my shit. I would have just ripped my ticket, gone. I would have been out of there. I couldn't give one shit that Reigns won that Rumble. And when I said give no shit, as in because I was gutted, I was fuming. It was like, because the year before, like when it was Batista winning it, everybody was like, go on Reigns, yeah, eliminate Batista, and then Batista eliminated him. It was like, oh, fuck's sake, that was obvious. I was like, oh, that's great, not great at all. Randy Orton, Batista, WrestleMania 30. Nah, I'm alright, thank you. Thank God they added Daniel Bryan.
Well, if Bryan did come back and he went straight for that championship, at least we wouldn't have Jinder as champion. That's a good thing.
Oh my Christ! Oh,
but still, Daniel Bryan, Jinder Mahal shouldn't be in the same sentence.
No, Jinder Mahal, mate. Oh, it just bugs me. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, we move on anyway. Daniel Bryan comes out, announces it'll be a fatal four-way for the main event of this show. It'll be Naomi versus Tamina versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, and the winner faces Natalya at Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's basically all that happened in this segment. We went on to New Day, Kofi and Big E versus the Hype Bros. What did you think of this match?
Totally didn't understand why the Hype Bros 1 week is teasing Zack Ryder walking out of Mojo, and now he's all hyped with bloody Mojo this week. He's all like, yeah, I'm loving it. What I give it though is that after the match, I think they had a backstage segment, but it was like switched like how they were doing it last week. It was like Zack Ryder was pissed off at Mojo. This week it was like Mojo was like really getting angry that he was losing. And he was telling Zack that they have to do something different. So heel turned.
That's what I think, and I think we'll go on to that anyway. But basically, I did enjoy that the Usos were on commentary, and they've also announced that they're rematch
down since day one-ish. I love what they've done with the Usos, and I hope they continue to do what they've been doing. I don't want them to change. I don't want them to become face again. I really didn't like the whole Usa move, bloody like crap they were doing. I'm not being rude, but it was, to me, it was crap towards the end of them coming out with their face paint, doing all that. It was just like, it's the same shit.
In my opinion, the two best tag teams in the world is the Usos and the Revival. I love both them tag teams.
Yeah, the Usos can definitely pull off a great match. I mean, with the New Day, both teams, great chemistry in the ring. They work so well together. I love what they do in the ring. Both teams.
Yeah, the one thing I do like now as well, they're actually winning matches by actually a face way rather than having Xavier Woods get involved as well, because that was annoying at one stage.
Yeah, they've that was more at the beginning of when the New Day was actually first like created and like born on our screens. It was more Xavier would get in there and help Biggie and Kofi win, distract them with the trombone or something. I feel they've drifted away from that because I think that was when they were more of a heel group, because they kind of did go through where they were going to be a heel group, but I think we all knew that, and Vince knew they were going to sell a lot of merchandise, kids were going to love them, and then it all comes to bootios and ice cream cones, and yeah.
But yeah, I do like their finisher as well, the tag team finisher, the Midnight Hour, and that's what they used to win the match. The one thing I want to say though, the match was great, but I was annoyed with due to the amount of ads. That was one thing that ruined this match for me. Mate,
the ads on Raw and SmackDown is just too much, especially on SmackDown when it's a 2-hour show. I swear we're only getting to see 1 hour of action, an hour of bloody ad breaks. That's like, Christ.
Yeah, for me, I watch it for a stream, so it's pretty alright. Yeah. For you, if you're watching it live, then it must be hectic.
Yeah, well, I just got my phone on the ad breaks, mate, literally. And when there's nothing else on my phone, I'm just like, oh, Christ, let this just be over tonight. It's annoying with how many ad breaks there are.
Yeah. And one thing I did like as well at the end was the New Day and Usos when they stared down.
What was that?
I like the end where New Day was in the ring basically mocking Usos and Usos.
Oh, yeah.
I love that bit. That sort of thing's just exciting.
They made it official tonight that they were going to be facing each other at Hell in a Cell, and I was like, guarantee they make that a Hell in a Cell match. And I want to see that. I really do want to see it. I believe that would be the first ever tag team Hell in a Cell match.
Yep, it will be.
I think they'll do it because they made history last year with the first ever women's Hell in a Cell. Definitely this year. Who am I going with winning that New Day? At Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Oh, early prediction. I like it. Okay. Well, with what the rumors are saying, with New Day having this reign where they win the titles, like every time they get it taken off of them, they'll take it back, and they have the longest time holding the championship, or the longest reigns, or how many times, do you know what I mean? Like with the Miz. New Day is going to lose the titles to Usos, and I believe there'll be another match at Survivor Series. That'll be the last match.
And do you know what I think is going to happen in this match?
And the New Day will win then.
I reckon the New Day are going to lose because of the Hype Bros.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I just feel because Mojo said this statement as we're going to go on to later on, and that statement basically made me think, okay, right, they're going to do something, and to do something would be to cost the champions.
I mean, what else are they going to do to really like make an impact like they're wanting to do? They're not going to really I don't know who they're going to attack. They attack Shelton Benjamin and Gable. I mean, I am really annoyed that Shelton's come back, teamed with Gable, and we're not seeing them. We're not seeing nothing of him. Shelton Benjamin, such a big name. Everyone's been expecting him, and what have we seen? 2 matches, 3 matches. That's it. Mate, the returns nowadays, seriously, they return, and it's like 1 week it's all, this is brilliant, this is great, Shelton's back, golden standard, this is going to be great.
It's like, it's great you returned, but we've got nothing for you, but we just put you in anything. Is that right?
Exactly. It's like with Kurt Hawkins, they returned him, and now he's losing constantly.
Losing streak.
Mate, they just don't know how to book, and it is really hurting SmackDown Live. I don't know if you saw the pics online, but the crowd, there was hardly anybody there.
No, there was literally most seats were empty.
They blacked out most of the seats with the lights, so obviously it didn't show on TV, but we don't see that side anyway.
No.
But we were seeing from people in the crowd that there was hardly anybody on the, what was it, right-hand side?
Yeah.
Left. I think it was left. Wasn't it left?
I think it was left. Was it?
Oh, right or left. Right or left. Either way, there was hardly anybody there, and it's the same with Raw. People are taking pics, and there's empty seats where the camera can see, and there's obviously on the other side where the camera doesn't zoom into, where there's hardly anybody there. It's like, they are really.
They've got big issues at the moment. The fans are starting to hate the product. That's the problem.
The creative are so lazy. They're not doing anything that is pulling them back. I mean, that last week's Sin City Smackdown, Vince McMahon was coming. That didn't even sell out. I mean, what? Do you know what I mean? They're not doing what they used to do. Where what I give them is that they do keep advertising for each week what they'll do next week. So next week on SmackDown we'll have this. Next week on Raw we'll have this. I like that. I like that they're doing that. But I just feel that they're not grabbing the crowd's attention enough to come and buy a ticket and sit in the crowd for 3 hours. or 2
And the thing
hours.
is, most of these things they're announcing are online, and not everyone actually goes online. So
Exactly.
they could do it. I think they could do it a little bit more on the show, like especially SmackDown. They used to do it quite a lot, and I haven't seen much lately from SmackDown really saying, "Oh, next week we've got this." It's not been really much.
No, there's been a lot on Raw where it's next week we'll do this, next week we'll do that, and with SmackDown, it's not like sometimes I do it next week, but what they have been doing recently is they've been like on the day of SmackDown, they'll be like, "This is happening tonight." It's like you could have said that last week.
Yeah, exactly. But
Give us
anyway,
a
we
bit
better
more
move on
notice.
anyway.
Yeah.
We go on to the next part, and we had the bit that you said you liked as well as much as me. Kevin Owens live via satellite, which was very unique and different. He starts off by saying he's sorry to all the WWE Universe and management, as well as the McMahon family. He then goes on to say that Shane McMahon had
The sarcasm.
Definitely. I love sarcasm because I'm sarcastic myself. So.
Yeah, it was really sarcastic. It sounded sarcastic. It was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to the McMahon family. I didn't mean to do it." And I was like, oh.
It was like he was literally reading off of a script. Like, I'm so sorry.
It's like Charlie Caruso, mate. Like Charlie Caruso. And I'm now interviewing Mojo. Mojo, how do you feel?
But anyway, he went on to say that Shane McMahon had it coming. This is all on him, and this is Shane McMahon's doing. This is what he's made him do. Owens then says, basically, when he looked at Vince McMahon last week, he sees Shane McMahon, and he apologizes to anyone who's watching Hell in a Cell, and that he's going to do more than what he did to Vince McMahon. People will not like him. Basically, and people like him don't go to hell. People like him go to heaven. Now, that was one quote I did laugh at.
Yes, that was very good. I liked that from Kev. With Owens, he can put out the most unpredictable things that anybody, like, you wouldn't think he would say it. That's what I like about Owens. I've always liked about
definitely.
it. And I kind of feel we're seeing the Owens, 2015 Owens, where he was so ruthless and just going out there and doing whatever it takes to be the man. Or do you know what I mean? When he took out Sami Zayn at NXT, that was great. When they had their feud down there, I think we're seeing that Kevin Owens a lot more now.
And this is what I've been wanting for a long, long time, because when he was on Raw, towards the end, when he won the Universal title, he was great. Then he lost it, and then he went to SmackDown Live, and they sort of made him this character, which was really annoying. And then they give him the gimmick of the Mr. America United States.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind, but now I'm liking this savage Kevin Owens that we're seeing again, because this is one thing I did want to see. So,
yeah, I did want to see the Savage Owens for a while. I liked how he come up and feuded with Cena. We got to see it a lot, and obviously we haven't saw it for a while. I mean, with the Universal title reign he had, I loved the fact that Jericho was helping him out. I love the fact that Jericho was there with him, but I kind of feel like we didn't get to see the Kev that we would have wanted to see as Universal Champ. We kind of got to see the joke.
Yeah,
the joke,
Jericho.
I'll run away. Oh, Jericho, protect me, kind of Kevin Owens, like the pussy way out of it. And I really didn't really enjoy it. But like I said, obviously, I always enjoy Y2J and what he does for the business. So I did enjoy it. At the same time, I kind of felt like I did want to see him become the ruthless Universal Champ, which I'll say we kind of got to see nearer the end with how he turned on Jericho on Raw, and then he had that feud with Jericho. We kind of get to saw it then. Then he transformed to SmackDown. We got to saw that US on the face of America. Didn't really enjoy that, and I'm glad that they've drifted away from that now, and we've got the ruthless Kevin Owens back.
Definitely, 100%. The next part, which was a good part, as we was talking about, Mojo mentions to Zach that he's tired of losing, and if they want to win, they have to do something drastic, which we've been talking about. It sounds like a heel turn. As I said, my theory is they're going to take out the New Day at the pay-per-view.
To me, I didn't want Mojo to be heel. I don't care what Mojo does. I'm sorry, I don't. I care what Ryder does. I want to see Ryder as a heel. I've wanted to see Ryder as a heel for a while. When he won the IC title back at WrestleMania 32, the crowd erupted, and I erupted at home watching that, seeing Zach finally get the opportunity he's deserved for a long time. After being treated the way he used to be treated with that Eva, whatever her name was, and Eva Torres, I think it was, and John Cena thing with Kane. Like 2012 or 2011, they were using him then, and I felt like they literally just squashed him into the ground, buried him. Nothing happened with him after that. Made him as a real big joke, woo woo woo. And I mean, he still does that now, but it's a lot more meant as like woo.
Even when he won the IC title, They literally made him lose it the next night. It was just there was nothing.
Awful. That was awful. And at that time,
that was the worst you could ever have.
And yeah, and at the time I was like not a huge sell on the Miz, because the Miz was doing what he's been doing. You know what I mean, up until back 2016 and this year, that he's been going off the mic doing crazy stuff, and it's been great. But back then I was like, no, I don't like this. Why'd they do that? They've just really destroyed the momentum that Zack just bought from him by winning the title at WrestleMania. Heel turn for him, though, I've wanted to see for a while. I think he could be a good heel. He's got it in him, I reckon.
Yeah. I actually believe, I know many people like yourself don't care about Mojo Rawley, but I actually think, like Roman Reigns as well, they both would benefit from a heel turn. I feel like Mojo's a heel could be a lot of a good badass in a tag team, I feel like. I
don't know. I think he's got a good moveset. I'll give him that. I think Mojo's actually got a pretty decent moveset, but I don't want to see him. I don't care what he does. Like, it's like with Kurt. It's like go away, go back down to NXT. And I don't think they've done much of Mojo down at NXT.
No, they didn't either. No, I think anywhere he's been at the moment, he hasn't really done much. It's annoying because
to me, I don't see any. I don't see any talent in him, and I could be totally wrong. This heel turn could be like the making of Mojo and Zack. They could be the most dominant heel team on SmackDown in the few weeks' time. I mean, I would have never thought that about the Usos. I don't think the Usos would have been as great as they were. I mean, like I said, I didn't really enjoy their face turn where they were doing all that and the face paint and all that.
No.
I liked them at the beginning, and I was like, okay, yeah. But I didn't see them being their dominant heels and awesome gangsterish heels that they are now. Yeah. I didn't see that. I thought they were just going to be.
I'm going to make a bold prediction though. I feel like if they do turn these guys heel, I'm going to say they're not going to be as good as the Usos, but I feel like they're going to be a very good heel team. I just see him. I just don't know. I just see something in Mojo. Like,
I think
this gimmick which is stupid.
Yeah. I think what they were planning to do, what I see from my point of view, is I think they were planning to break up the team and Zack to turn on Mojo. But because they've looked back, they took a step back and gone, we have broke up so many teams this year, we can't really afford to break up another.
Well, look at Enzo.
So what they've done is, exactly. So they were like, all right, okay, we'll turn Mojo heel alongside Zack Ryder.
Yeah,
unless they still will go with Zack turning on Mojo, which is a possibility still. Maybe they won't team as a heel team. Maybe Zack will turn against Mojo.
Yeah, see, on my channel, I predicted that before they was even showing signs of Zack and Mojo, I was actually predicting that Zack would turn heel on him because it was going through the stage where there's heel turns and people turn on tag teams. It was just going through a big stage of it. And then Enzo and Cass confirmed it all, really.
Well, I mean, that's just been a big failure, really. Yeah. Enzo and Cass splitting. They could have just been such a great heel.
Just a great heel, a great team. Away from Enzo. We've done Enzo Mora yesterday. I don't want to talk no more about Enzo Mora.
I know, man. I know. I feel the same. Get off my TV.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we go on to the next part of the show, which I thought was the funniest part of the show. Dolph Ziggler comes out and says he's the greatest performer in WWE history, and the fans still don't get it. He walks backstage and comes out as Triple H. Fans loved it. Did you like that one, the Triple H one?
Dude, I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up with how they've, for 3 weeks now, been doing it. It's not working. It's not working with Dolph. Dolph, do what's best for you, and I can see him being very well down at a independent circuit. I don't know, a Ring of Honor or something.
Yeah, Ring of Honor. I'd prefer Dolph to do a Cody Rhodes. Exactly.
Exactly, he can reinvent himself like a Cody Rhodes. Look at Cody Rhodes now. WWE is so wanting Cody Rhodes back, but I don't blame Cody for not wanting to go back. The way they treated him, that Stardust gimmick. I mean, come on. No, we don't want to see that. We wanted to see the Cody Rhodes, which we're getting to see now.
Basically, a paedophile wears makeup.
Mate, I could see Dolph Ziggler in the Bullet Club. That would be cool. I think that suits him a lot. And Dolph, do what's best for you, man. Get out of WWE. They're not gonna want. They're not wanting to do anything with him. This is them. This is like them saying, "Yeah, we want to do something with you, but it's this." And then they're handing him the script or whatever, and it's like, oh my days. If I was reading that, I'd be like, I'm out of here, thank you. I wouldn't want to do it. I'll just put the brick and papers up.
The thing I'm seeing with this Dolph thing though is I feel like they're doing this because he's mocking entrances as he's doing and people and that. But I feel like I think there's rumors going around as well that I feel that they're going to not team him up. Sorry, they're going to put him against Bobby Roode, and that's going to be coming up very soon.
Yeah, that's kind of been the thing that I've been hearing as well. Yeah, how he's been doing all these entrances and saying, "Oh, this is the only way people get over nowadays is with all these cool entrances." Yeah. I think last night he done Triple H, then Shawn Michaels, and then he done both by DX.
The DX, yeah.
I like to hear all the themes. I like this. I
love hearing the DX theme.
A giggle at how he done Triple H. I don't know why. I just had to laugh.
Triple H was the best one. I wouldn't say it's the best one so far, but it was the best one tonight. That's the last night, I should say.
Exactly. And I kind of feel that they probably will have a feud with Bobby Roode, but I think after that, I think Dolph is going to lose WWE. I think his contract is coming up. I don't think he should resign.
No.
For him anyway. I think. Yeah, not to resign.
He's always been there for years. It's pretty much like Natalia. I was surprised that she's actually stayed there for this long because I felt like she could have done better elsewhere. I feel like Dolph, as you said, should go somewhere else in the independent scene or Ring of Honor or whatever, sign with someone big and make himself a name. So then basically WWE are going to come back calling for him saying, we want you back, basically.
Exactly. It's the same story every time. Somebody goes from WWE, they make a big name for themselves, and they're like, oh, we want you back. Well, it's true, though. It is, really. It's like... I mean, come on. They want CM Punk back. They want CM Punk back.
Well, you can hear the crowd. You heard the crowd when he was Dolph was coming out.
Punk. Yeah, they want Dolph to say, and you come on, you want like Dolph is thinking. He's hearing everybody's chant around him, CM Punk. Mate, I would like even if it wasn't planned, I would love for him to just like maybe hear a story one day where he goes backstage and he tells them, hit that CM Punk music, mate. That would be the biggest crowd reaction.
That would literally make a big pop. That would probably be one of the biggest pops of the year. You'd notice.
Well, yeah, okay, maybe over exaggerating a bit ever. I think there's been bigger pops. But what I'm saying is, this year that would be a big pop. Even though we know it's not CM Punk, to hear that cult personality, and it would bring
if
vibes.
They done it though, if they did do it, where before he actually comes out and starts talking and Dolph's music's hit, I think they should just do it as CM Punk's music just hit straight away. That's the way I think they should do it. Yeah. Literally, the crowd would just go mental.
I don't know if you remember, but not long after Punk obviously left, Paul Heyman done the cult personality. He had the song go on at the beginning of Raw, and the crowd erupted. And then Paul come out, and there was so many boos for Paul because he was,
I remember that.
Was going to come out. I was like, "Oh, you savage, you savage!"
The best part of this, I did like the Triple H thing, and then obviously, as we said, it went on to even mocking Shawn Michaels and then DX. But the one thing I did like was when he actually came out as DX, he was posing as obviously Triple H doing the tents and the Shawn Michaels thing, and then he done "I've got some words for you," and the crowd's chanted "Suck it," but he went "Who cares?" instead of saying "Suck it." That really got me. I was really cracking up.
It's just the same thing though, mate. I don't want to see it again. Okay, it looks like they're going to do the Bobby Roode feud. Just get it over and done with, and then Dolph can go and do something that and something that's meant for him, and something that's going to get him over, and something that he deserves, because he's a great in-ring performer.
Definitely, yeah.
Even he says it himself, because he is. He knows he is. He knows he could do so much better than what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely. As we can't really talk too much about this because we could be on it basically all day. But,
exactly.
We have to move on to the last bit of the show, which was the Fatal 4-Way Women's match. I'm going with the best match of the night. What did you think?
Well, I thought it was a good match. I was annoyed because I thought I said this earlier on, kinda, but I'm going to go into it now a lot more. They are using all the women on Smackdown Live.
Yeah, that is definitely what they're doing.
And it's what you call it? Raw done. They all come out last night. Bayley returned. It's now a Fatal 5-Way. That's most of the women. That's most of the women in a match at No Mercy. You might as well add them a Young Classic contestants. Oh, just add them in. Just add them in. Add all the women.
We'll bring up the NXT, and then they bring up the Mae Young.
They're just ruining both women's divisions. This was a good match, but I'm annoyed that they were all in a match.
Yeah.
And it's always the same. Oh, we'll put you in a multi-woman match. Whoever wins becomes the #1 contender. It's like, oh my God, 1-on-1, please. 1-on-1, not 3-on-3, not 6-man pack challenges, not 8-man tags. This year's been a year of a lot of tag team 8-man, 3-man, 6-man tag matches. It's like, God, just one-on-one. Give me a one-on-one match. Grace me with a one-on-one #1 contenders match, please.
But yeah, overall the match was. I thought it was okay. I think everyone had their own segments in the match where they showed obviously what they can do, and you thought that one person was going to win. One point I actually thought it was going to give it to Mina.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you mind
when she
that,
done the splash, mate? I have been sour on the idea of her and Lana together. I just think Tamina, her character is just awful. It's dreadful how it's booked. I don't think she's very great herself. She needs to work on her character if she's gonna stay like it. It's not helping that Lana's with her. I mean, put Lana back with Rusev where she deserves to be.
No, but then you've ruined Rusev. Don't ruin Ruru. He's already been ruined enough. Leave it to me.
Yeah, but to be fair, but remember when Rusev was dominant, Lana was with him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I mean, I could see that happening all over again, but they just ruined it so much when Lana went with Dolph Ziggler that time and Summer Rae was with Rusev. It's like, what the fuck was that?
They was trying to be creative, but it was just pointless and it was just stupid. That's what I think about that.
Because they knew they fucked up as soon as Rusev put a ring on Lana's finger. They were like, "Oh, how are we going to do the storyline now?" It's like they're feuding against each other, but they've now just proposed and are going to get married. It's like, yeah, this is going to work. Awkward.
But anyway, Charlotte is your winner in this match. Basically, she done the big boot on Tamina after Tamina. I don't know if it was a super kick or a big boot on Naomi.
Superfly splash or something like that.
She done that, but then later on there was Tamina booted Naomi in the face. I think I don't know if it was a super kick or a big boot, and then Charlotte done the big boot, which I thought was a botch at the time, but she's still got the win anyway, and she's going to face Natalya at Hell in a Cell. What's your predictions on that?
Oh, too early predictions for Hell in a Cell tonight, mate. Okay. You got me thinking. I actually could see them putting the title back on Charlotte. I think it'd be a big mistake because they need to give Natalya a lot more of a chance. I want Natalya to retain, but I can see my prediction is Charlotte to take the title back.
This is the way I see it. I want Charlotte to be champion, but as you said, Natalya has only just got it. It will just basically destroy Natalya, I feel like she's deserved to win it. She deserves to hold it for a little while. But the one thing I am scared of is if Charlotte does win it, will they treat her like Alexa Bliss on Raw? That's the one thing I'm scared of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go on.
Go on, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, because it just really frustrates me, because Alexa's great, but it's this, at the moment, it's both brands are doing this pass the parcel thing with many titles, and it's really, really annoying.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like hot potato in the titles a lot of the time. I mean, with the tag titles, it's Usos 1 minute, New Day the next, Usos then, next, New Day next. It's like, oh, come on, stop hot potato in the title. Can we have a lengthy run with the title for once? I think
they have more in a queue. They have more in the queue at back, and Vince comes out and goes, "Do you want the title?" And the person at the front goes, "Yeah, me." And that's what I feel like. That's what they do, and then they move on to the next one next week. And that's how I feel.
Yeah. Who wants to be squashed? Kurt Hawkins. Me. Go on, me.
Kurt's at the back of the line going, me. Anyway, the one thing there's been rumours about is Paige coming back as well. And there's two.
Yeah, she's making her return. Yeah.
I reckon either at WrestleMania we're going to get Charlotte versus Asuka, or you're going to get Paige versus Charlotte. What one would you prefer?
I'm worried that if Paige goes to Raw, they're going to obviously want to spend a lot of time with Paige again now that she's returned. Whilst Asuka's going to come to Raw, I think they need to put a lot of the spotlight on Asuka. And with Paige there, they're going to want to put a spotlight on both of them. So I think for the best, Paige goes to SmackDown, Asuka goes to Raw, as Asuka is going to Raw. Yeah,
the rumours are at the moment that Paige is going to go to SmackDown, obviously, because Asuka's been announced on Raw. That's the rumours at the moment. Obviously, we don't know whether that's true or not. I'm hoping so, because I feel like Paige would be a good addition to the SmackDown women's roster. They need something to kickstart again. And Paige, obviously, as we know, Paige, she's done a lot of mistakes, but I feel like she's a great wrestler and she could be good for SmackDown.
Yeah. Like I said, I want them to put a lot of the spotlight on Asuka on Raw. SmackDown, they need somebody else on SmackDown, and I definitely think Paige can fill the boots for that.
Definitely, because when Charlotte came up, it was all about Charlotte, and this is what annoyed people, and this is what made her go stale, and people didn't care.
Exactly.
And when you bring Paige in,
I think they're going back up with Charlotte, though. I kind of feel like people are now giving more of a crap about her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping that happens anyway, because Charlotte is literally my favourite women's wrestler at the moment. So, but yeah, that is it, guys. That is the review for SmackDown Live. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll let you have a little bit of an outro to your channel. Introduce your channel.
Yeah. Kieran OGrady on YouTube.com, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Kieran OGrady17. You'll see all the updates on our reviews on my channel, on my Twitter, and obviously on Jay's Twitter, which I believe is
at TIPW Podcast. All the stuff will be in the description down below. There'll be Kieran's social media and my social media. Are we going to do this again next week, or did you want to give it a break and then do it the week after? How do you want to do this?
I mean, it's totally up to you. We can discuss it behind the scenes if you want. After the show, maybe we will be doing this Saturday. This is just a little plug. I mean, obviously we got to talk about it, but I thought we'd bring it up now. Is maybe Saturday evening we could be going live for No Mercy predictions. Originally, I think we were both going to do separate predictions. But with how I feel we've done very well with our reviews, I think today's gone really well with SmackDown. Obviously, this is like the first time me and Jay's joined up and done the live reviews. I think yesterday and by the way, thank you for the views yesterday. We were reaching for 50. We got about 65. That's brilliant. I was like, do you know what I mean? Jumping with joy. Obviously, for people who've just joined and I didn't think it's going to get a lot, but it means a lot to get what we got. And yeah, so maybe we will be doing a Saturday No Mercy predictions, joint predictions. Give me your thoughts if you would like to see me and Jay go together for the No Mercy predictions in the comment section of this video. Also, next Monday I'll be back on the channel with the Raw review with Jay.
Yep, that sounds all good. Basically, everyone, guys, let us know in the comment section down below if you'd like to see our predictions this Saturday, maybe evening, afternoon time. We'll let you know. We'll keep you posted on anything we talk about behind the scenes. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Tuesday live on Kieran OGrady show, you'll see the Raw review, and on Wednesday, you'll see on my channel, you'll see the SmackDown live review. So thank you very much, guys.
True. It's damn true.
Yeah, it's damn true. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget, guys, this is Pure Wrestling. See you on the next video, guys.